7 signs. Someone is extremely jealous of you. Denzel Washington. A wise man once said, "Greatness is not something you claim, it's something you inspire." But what happens when your success sparks something darker? Jealousy. It's silent, sneaky, and it can destroy your peace and relationships without you even realizing it. At first, it might seem like harmless competition or a little friendly rivalry, but make no mistake, jealousy is a poison that eats away at trust, happiness, and growth. If you're out here building your dreams, living authentically, and chasing success, then some people will be watching. But not everyone will cheer for you. Some will secretly hope you fail, hoping to see you stumble. These are the people who are extremely jealous of you. In this video, I'm sharing 7 signs to watch out for. Once you spot them, you can protect your peace and keep moving forward. 1. They can't be happy for your success. Let me tell you something that's often difficult to face when someone close to you can't be genuinely happy for your success. It's a glaring sign of jealousy. Have you ever had that moment when you've worked so hard for something, a promotion, a new relationship, or even a small personal victory, and you expect the people around you to be thrilled for you, only to be met with silence or worse, criticism? It stings, doesn't it? You thought they were on your side, that your success would be a reason for celebration. But when jealousy creeps in, everything changes. Suddenly, they're not lifting you up. They're stepping back, acting distant, or even downplaying your achievements. You can feel it in the air. Something's off. This is where the reality of jealousy becomes clear. It doesn't always look like someone getting in your face, calling you out, or trying to sabotage you outright. Instead, it's the quiet actions, the awkward silence after you share your news, the cold shoulder, the little jabs about your past mistakes, or the casual reminders of your flaws. It's like they have to find a way to shrink your win to make it feel less significant, so it doesn't highlight their own insecurities. Why does it happen? Because deep down, jealousy isn't about you. It's about them. When someone sees you achieve something, it reflects their own feelings of inadequacy. Your success in their eyes becomes a mirror that exposes what they have yet to accomplish or what they feel they've failed to do. So instead of using your victory as inspiration to push themselves forward, they try to diminish it, to make it feel smaller so they don't feel so bad about themselves. Now imagine this happening with someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even a partner. You start questioning yourself. Am I overreacting? Am I imagining this coldness? But no, you're not. This is a real, painful sign of jealousy that you can't ignore. It's one of those situations that makes you think, why can't they just be happy for me? You might wonder if you've done something wrong or if you've misjudged their support. But here's the reality. If they can't celebrate your success, they're not the right person to have by your side. And here's where the lesson really hits home. Don't internalize their jealousy. Their inability to celebrate your victory doesn't reflect who you are or what you've accomplished. It reflects their own fears and limitations. A real friend, a true supporter, will stand by your side, cheering for you when you win, no matter their own struggles. They'll never let your achievements feel like a threat to their worth. They understand that there's enough room for both of you to succeed. But with a jealous person, you'll never get that same support. They'll find a way to make your success feel like a mistake, a fluke, or even an undeserved privilege. It's not about you. It's about their own inability to handle your progress. Think about it. How many times have you been in a situation where you shared something good happening in your life, only to have the conversation take a turn into negativity? It's painful, isn't it? And when it's someone close to you, the sting is even worse. It's easy to doubt yourself when this happens. But you have to remind yourself, this is not your issue to carry. The moment you realize that someone can't share in your joy is the moment you need to protect your energy. You don't need that kind of negativity clouding your happiness. Your success is not their failure. It never was, and it never will be. If they can't see that, if they can't celebrate your growth as part of your shared journey, then it's time to let go. You don't need to carry anyone's jealousy or insecurity with you as you climb higher. Keep moving forward. Seek out people who genuinely want to see you thrive. Real friends, real supporters will uplift you, not tear you down when things are going well for you. So what do you do when you spot jealousy in your life? First, don't let it derail you. Don't allow their inability to handle your success to make you second-guess yourself. Their jealousy isn't a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of their own struggles. And you're not responsible for that. Your job is to keep pushing forward, to continue building your life, and to surround yourself with those who genuinely want to see you succeed. Don't let someone's jealousy rob you of the joy that comes with your wins, no matter how big or small. Because at the end of the day, your success is yours, and nothing or no one can take that from you unless you allow it. So, keep your distance from those who try to pull you down. Stay true to yourself, keep growing, and surround yourself with those who lift you up. That's the path to true success, and no jealousy can ever stand in your way. This is the reality of jealousy. It's toxic, it's insidious, and if you're not careful, it can cloud your vision. But now that you know the signs, you can protect yourself from letting it affect your journey. 2. They throw shade, but it's always disguised as advice. Have you ever noticed someone who just can't seem to let you do your thing without offering unsolicited guidance? It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're pursuing a new project, making changes in your life, or stepping into a new chapter. This person always has something to say. On the surface, they act like they're looking out for you, offering advice that seems thoughtful, even helpful. But deep down, you can feel it. Their words aren't truly meant to help you grow. They're meant to undermine you, to make you question your decisions and choices. They disguise their judgment under the guise of concern, but in reality, it's all about them feeling better by making you feel smaller. In moments like these, you've probably found yourself thinking, wait, why do I feel worse after talking to this person instead of better? It's because what they're offering isn't guidance. It's shade. They don't want you to improve. They want you to doubt yourself. They don't want to see you succeed, at least not in a way that makes them feel left behind. This kind of jealousy is sneaky. It's not in-your-face bitterness or outright envy, it's subtle. They may say things like, maybe you should have tried it this way, or if I were you, I would have done it differently, all while ignoring the fact that what you're doing is already working for you. Their advice isn't about you getting better. It's about them maintaining control over how you think and feel about your choices. It's a way to make you question your own judgment, your own path, so that their sense of security isn't threatened by your growth. The truth is, when someone is truly invested in your success, they'll celebrate your wins. They'll encourage you to keep going and cheer you on. But when jealousy enters the equation, that celebration disappears. Instead of lifting you up, they try to make you second-guess yourself. And while this kind of behavior can be painful, it's important to recognize it for what it is: insecurity dressed up as concern. A person who constantly tells you how to live your life, how to make better decisions, but never celebrates your achievements, isn't acting out of genuine care. They're trying to exert control over your self-perception. They want you to feel like you're not enough, like you need their validation to succeed. But real growth comes from within, not from external criticism disguised as help. In life, how many times have you been offered advice that deep down didn't sit right with you? Maybe it came from a friend or a family member who was always quick to point out what you could have done differently, but never took a moment to acknowledge your hard work or accomplishments. It can feel isolating, and over time it can start to make you question your own worth. But here's where you need to be strong. Don't let that negativity seep into your spirit. Jealousy like this thrives on making you feel small, and if you let it, it can erode your confidence. So, what do you do when you spot this kind of behavior? The first step is simple. Recognize it for what it is. Don't internalize their shade. Don't let it affect how you see yourself or your journey. Remember, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The way someone tries to make you feel through their advice is a reflection of their own issues, not yours. When someone who should be a supporter turns your success into an opportunity to criticize, they're only showing you their insecurities. It's easy to get wrapped up in these moments, to feel like maybe you're doing something wrong, but you're not. You're living your life, making decisions that are right for you, and that's all that matters. If you find yourself constantly receiving more advice than encouragement from someone, ask yourself, are they truly interested in helping me grow, or are they more focused on making themselves feel better? A real friend, someone who's truly happy for your progress, will lift you up, not tear you down. They'll be excited for your growth, even if it means that they're still working through their own struggles. They won't see your success as a threat to their own, because they'll understand that your victories don't diminish theirs. When you're surrounded by people who want to see you win, you feel empowered. But when you're constantly faced with advice that's really just a thinly veiled critique, it's a clear sign that jealousy is lurking beneath the surface. Don't let someone's disguised jealousy take away your confidence. Recognize when it's happening and protect your peace. You don't need to take on their insecurity. Instead, focus on surrounding yourself with people who support you for who you are, who celebrate your victories, and who genuinely want to see you succeed. Because when you're constantly growing and evolving, there will always be those who feel threatened by that progress. It's up to you to decide whether or not to let their jealousy define your journey. 3. They talk behind your back but never to your face. The third sign of jealousy that you need to watch for is when someone talks behind your back but never has the courage to address you directly. Have you ever noticed someone who always has something to say about you when you're not around, but when face to face they act like everything is fine? This is one of the most insidious forms of jealousy, and it can slip under the radar if you're not careful. On the surface, they smile and nod when you're in the room, but the moment you leave, they start whispering behind your back, gossiping, spreading rumors, or just putting you down. This behavior isn't just harmless chatter. It's rooted in jealousy. It's driven by their inability to be happy for your success or your life, and they lash out in the only way they can, by trying to tear you down, often without you even knowing. You're out here doing your thing, living your life, and for some reason they can't handle it. They want what you have but don't know how to go about getting it, so instead, they try to destroy your reputation to feel better about their own shortcomings. What makes this so damaging is how sneaky it is. Jealousy hides in the shadows, behind closed doors, and in hushed conversations. These individuals are too afraid to confront you directly because deep down, they know they'd never get away with it. If they said what they say behind your back, you'd call them out. You'd stand up for yourself and set the record straight. But when you're not there, they think they can spread their venom with impunity, believing they can get away with dragging your name through the mud. This behavior is not only immature, it's a reflection of deep insecurity. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." A person who is truly secure in themselves doesn't need to degrade others to feel important. They don't need to resort to talking behind someone's back or spreading lies. A person with integrity will engage with you directly, respectfully and openly, whether it's to support you or address any concerns. It takes a secure individual to have a real conversation, to confront difficult issues face to face, rather than hiding behind gossip. How many times have you been in a situation where someone has said something about you, only for you to find out later through the grapevine? Maybe you were confused or hurt at first, wondering why they didn't come to you directly. But now, with time and experience, you realize it's not about you. It's about them. They can't handle your success, your happiness, or your growth, so they attempt to bring you down to their level. This is their way of dealing with their own insecurities, their own feelings of inadequacy. They want to see you falter because it makes them feel less threatened by you. The thing is, their actions only expose their weaknesses. They don't make you look bad, they make them look small. This kind of jealousy is a powerful poison, but the best way to counteract it is by remaining grounded in who you are. You don't need to engage with it. and you certainly don't need to stoop to their level. The moment you recognize that someone is gossiping behind your back or twisting your words, understand that their jealousy has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with their inability to deal with their own emotions. They are too afraid to confront you directly, so they hide in the shadows. And the truth is, people who gossip and spread lies aren't your real friends. They're people who are intimidated by your strength and success. As you go through life, remember that true strength lies in your ability to rise above such petty behavior. Don't let jealousy dictate your response. As Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you keep your focus on what truly matters, your own growth, your own peace, your own integrity, you'll find that the negativity from others will have no power over you. You don't need to prove anything to those who are trying to tear you down. Their jealousy is their burden, not yours. Stay true to your path, and let your actions speak louder than their words. In the end, if someone is talking behind your back, they're not worth your time or attention. Don't waste energy trying to figure out why they feel the need to gossip about you. Instead, focus on surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who celebrate your success, and who aren't afraid to be direct with you. True friends don't need to tear others down to feel good about themselves. They want to see you rise and will stand by your side, not whispering behind your back, but cheering you on to new heights. And remember, as you continue to grow and achieve, there will always be those who can't handle your shine. But the more secure you are in yourself, the less their jealousy will affect you. Your peace and success are yours to protect. Don't let anyone steal that from you. You're on the right track if you're still with us. Drop a comment below saying, "I protect my peace," to show you're ready to rise above jealousy and negativity. Keep watching. The journey to greatness continues. 4. They try to compete with you in every area of life. Next, noticed someone who just can't seem to let you live your life without making everything a competition? It's as if no matter what you do, they have to one-up you. You buy a new jacket, and suddenly they've got a fancier one. You go on a trip, and before you know it, they're planning an even bigger one. It's like every step you take, they're right behind you, trying to top it. At first, you might think it's all in good fun, a little friendly rivalry. But if you pay close attention, you'll realize it's not about improving themselves or celebrating your success. It's about outshining you. They're not just trying to live their own life. They're focused on outdoing yours. And it's not in a healthy, encouraging way. It's like they've got an invisible scoreboard running in their head, and every time you win, they feel like they lose. Their happiness isn't about their own growth. It's about making sure they're not left behind. This behavior isn't just annoying, it's draining. Instead of celebrating your achievements with you, they turn every moment into a challenge. They mimic your moves, your style, your decisions, always trying to get one step ahead. This isn't about self-improvement, it's about tearing you down. If you succeed, they see it as a threat to their own sense of self-worth. And that's what makes it dangerous. The more you succeed, the harder they'll compete. Every win you have pushes them to try even harder to outdo you. They might act like they're cheering you on, but deep down, they're planning their next move, trying to find a way to one-up you. They may smile, give you a pat on the back, but the truth is, they're calculating their next bigger step to ensure they don't fall behind. This constant game of keeping up is exhausting, and it's rooted in jealousy. But here's the real issue. They can't see that you're not competing with them. You're simply living your life, focused on your own goals and happiness. Your success is not a reflection of their failure, but in their eyes, it's a threat. They view every step forward as a loss for them. Their sense of self-worth is so tied up in trying to outdo others that they can't recognize that life isn't a race, it's a journey. And here's a lesson. True contentment comes when you stop measuring your success against others. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Life isn't about keeping score. It's about making the most of the time we've been given. When you stop comparing yourself to others, when you realize that their journey isn't yours, you free yourself from the burden of competition. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in the race to have more, do more, and be more, just to prove something to others? It's easy to fall into that trap, especially when people around us make it seem like it's all about winning. But in reality, the true value of success lies not in outdoing others, but in doing your best for yourself. If you stopped worrying about what others were doing, stopped measuring your achievements against theirs, what if you just focused on becoming the best version of yourself regardless of who's ahead or behind? Wouldn't that bring you more peace, more satisfaction? When you can let go of the need to compete, when you realize that your journey is your own and doesn't need to be compared to anyone else's, you open yourself up to a much richer, more fulfilling life. Now, you might be thinking, but what if they won't stop trying to outdo me? What if their competition makes things difficult for me? Well, first of all, remember that their jealousy isn't your problem. It's a reflection of their own insecurities. As hard as it may be, the best thing you can do is not engage in their game. Keep your focus on what matters, your own growth, your own happiness. Don't waste energy trying to outdo them or prove that you're better than they are. Keep your eyes on your own path and know that your success is yours and yours alone. As long as you're living authentically, making progress toward your own goals, you're winning. The next time you notice someone trying to one-up you, ask yourself, what are they really trying to achieve? Are they competing with you because they want to better themselves, or is it because they feel threatened by your success? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that everyone around us is a competitor, but in reality, the only true competition you should be concerned with is the one with yourself. Every step forward you take is a victory, not over anyone else, but over your own limitations. Life isn't a race to see who can finish first. It's about growing, learning, and being true to who you are. When you let go of the need to compete, you free yourself to truly enjoy the journey. And that's where the real success lies. At the end of the day, don't let anyone's jealousy or competition cloud your own peace of mind. They might try to outdo you, but their journey is theirs, and yours is yours. Keep pushing forward. Keep focusing on your growth. And don't let anyone make you feel like you have to race against them. There's room for everyone to succeed in their own way. And the more you embrace that truth, the more you'll enjoy your own success without the weight of competition. 5. They make everything about them. When been in a conversation where you're sharing something important to you, maybe a recent achievement or a personal challenge, and no matter what, the other person somehow turns the focus back on them? It's like they can't just let you have the moment. You're excited about a success and they respond with something bigger they did. You're sharing a struggle, and suddenly their problems are more intense, more complex. It's as if your wins and challenges don't matter unless they can somehow relate them back to their own life. They don't truly listen to what you're saying. They don't celebrate your growth. Instead, they're so caught up in themselves that every conversation becomes an opportunity for them to put themselves in the spotlight. It's draining and frustrating, especially when it feels like no matter how hard you try, your experiences are always overshadowed by their need to be the center of attention. But what's really happening here? Someone who's jealous of you isn't interested in your journey because it forces them to confront their own feelings of inadequacy. Instead of acknowledging your accomplishments, they'll find a way to minimize them, to make them feel smaller. If you bought a new car, they'll mention how they just bought something even better, trying to make your achievement seem insignificant. If you've been through a difficult time and you share that, they'll jump in with their own worse situation, one-upping your pain as if to say, "I've had it harder, so you shouldn't complain." It's not about supporting you. It's about making themselves feel more important. They're not lifting you up. They're lifting themselves by dragging your success down, trying to outshine your accomplishments with their own stories. This is all driven by insecurity. The jealous person can't stand seeing you progress because it highlights their own perceived lack of progress. They don't want to see you shine because it makes them confront their own fears, doubts, and shortcomings. Instead of celebrating what you've earned, they feel threatened by it. They need to twist the narrative, to make your success feel irrelevant, to make sure their life seems more significant. And while it might sting when they do this, it's important to realize that their behavior says more about them than it does about you. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You don't have control over how others act, but you do have control over how you respond. Their need to always make things about them doesn't diminish your worth or your accomplishments. It simply reflects their internal struggle. Think about how you feel when this happens. Does it make you feel small? Does it make you question your own achievements? You might start doubting whether your success is truly significant. But that's exactly what they want, your self-worth tied to their actions. The truth is, your achievements are valid, regardless of how they try to minimize them. Every milestone you hit is a reflection of your hard work and determination. You don't need their validation to know that you've earned your place. Your success doesn't need to be compared to anyone else's, and it certainly doesn't need to be overshadowed by their insecurity. The more they try to hijack the conversation, the more it shows their fear of being left behind. Here's an important question for you. Have you ever caught yourself in this pattern? Have you ever found yourself dismissing someone else's accomplishments because you felt threatened by them? We all have moments of insecurity, but it's crucial to recognize when we're projecting those feelings onto others. When we make someone else's success about us, whether it's out of jealousy or fear, it only adds to the toxic cycle. The key is to break that cycle by learning to genuinely celebrate the achievements of others without feeling like it diminishes our own. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, when someone tries to make everything about them, rise above it. Don't let their behavior change who you are or how you treat others. The message here is simple. Don't let anyone diminish your success, and don't fall into the trap of making someone else's achievements feel insignificant. Your accomplishments are worthy, and their attempt to overshadow them speaks volumes about their own insecurity. Celebrate your wins, big and small, because they are yours, earned through your effort. And when someone else tries to steal the spotlight, remember that it's not your job to fix their insecurities. Let them be where they are, but don't allow them to steal your peace or your joy. And most importantly, how can you respond with grace and confidence without letting their behavior define you? Keep moving forward in your own journey. Recognize that their jealousy is a reflection of their struggle, not your own. Let their insecurity be theirs to manage, and you focus on your growth. Your success is not diminished by their need to constantly one-up you. You don't need their validation to know your worth. Keep shining in your own light. And remember, as the Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us, no man was ever wise by chance. Your wisdom comes from your own efforts, not the approval or recognition of others. 6. They find ways to belittle your achievements. The sixth sign that someone is extremely jealous of you is when they find ways to belittle your achievements. Have you ever hit a milestone, something you worked hard for, and felt the satisfaction of accomplishment only to have someone come along and downplay it? You've put in the time, effort, and sacrifice, but instead of celebrating your success, they'll act as though it wasn't a big deal. Perhaps they'll say something like, "Oh, that was just luck," or "I could have done that too." Or worse, they might act as though your success wasn't earned at all, as if you didn't put in the work required to achieve it. This behavior is not just thoughtless. It's a direct reflection of their jealousy. They cannot stand seeing you succeed, especially when they feel that success highlights their own insecurities and failures. Your achievement serves as a reminder that they haven't reached the same level of success, or worse, that they haven't put in the effort to achieve it. So, instead of celebrating with you, they'll diminish what you've done to protect their fragile ego. It's as if they need to convince themselves that your success is a fluke, an accident, or unimportant in order to feel better about their own lack of progress. But why do they act this way? It's simple. Jealousy is a reflection of deep insecurity. They can't bear the thought that you've worked hard, persevered, and earned something that they themselves have not. They want to take the shine off your accomplishment so they don't have to face the uncomfortable truth that they haven't reached the same heights. Your success challenges their self-image, so instead of celebrating it, they attempt to belittle it. This isn't about you, it's about them. When they dismiss your achievements, what they're really doing is trying to preserve their own sense of self-worth. They can't stand the idea of you shining brighter than them, because it forces them to confront the parts of themselves that they haven't developed or improved. You've probably also noticed that when you call them out on their behavior, they flip the script. Suddenly, they'll make you feel as if you're the one with the problem. They might accuse you of being too sensitive, or imply that you're overreacting, making you question if your success really was all that special. But that's exactly the point. They want to twist the narrative and make you feel guilty for celebrating your success, all in an effort to deflect attention away from their own jealousy. This manipulation is a classic move, and it's designed to make you doubt yourself and your worth. The important thing is to not fall for it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." When someone belittles your achievements, it's not about what they say or do. It's about how you choose to respond. You can choose to internalize their negativity and let it erode your confidence. Or you can rise above it and recognize that their comments are rooted in their own fears and insecurities. Their jealousy is their issue, not yours. Their attempt to downplay your achievements says more about their state of mind than it does about your accomplishments. The next time you achieve something significant, don't be surprised if someone tries to make it seem smaller than it is. Instead, use it as an opportunity to affirm your own worth. Celebrate your success, because it's a reflection of your hard work and commitment. And if someone tries to belittle it, remind yourself that their jealousy stems from their inability to handle their own failures. Remember, as Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Every time you achieve something great, it's a testament to the effort you've put in and the challenges you've overcome. Don't let anyone steal that from you, no matter how hard they try. Keep your head high and continue moving forward. Your success is yours to claim, and no one can take that away from you unless you let them. In modern life, we often encounter people who, out of jealousy, attempt to downplay our achievements. Whether it's a colleague at work, a friend, or even a family member, we all face these moments where someone tries to rain on our parade. It can be tempting to doubt ourselves when they try to diminish our accomplishments, but it's important to recognize that their actions are more about their own feelings of inadequacy than they are about us. They want to feel better about themselves, so they try to take away the shine from your success. But you don't have to let them. Keep your focus on your own growth, on the hard work that got you where you are, and on the fact that your achievements are valid. Your journey is yours alone, and no one's jealousy can take that away from you. 7. They try to make you feel guilty for succeeding. Let me tell you something that's bound to hit close to home. When you're out there winning, when you're pushing through the hard work and reaping the rewards, there will always be someone who can't handle your success. They see you moving forward, achieving what you've set out to do, and instead of feeling inspired, they'll try to make you feel guilty about it. It's not something they'll come out and say directly, but you'll hear it in their words and feel it in their actions. You'll hear them mutter things like, "Must be nice," or, "I wish I had it as easy as you," as if your success is a personal attack on their life. It's not. But to them, your success feels like their failure. They're caught in the mindset that your win somehow makes them lose. This is the most obvious sign of jealousy, when someone can't see your success for what it is, a testament to your effort and hard work, and instead sees it as a reflection of their own lack of progress. They don't want to get better. They don't want to put in the work to rise up to your level. No, it's easier for them to try to drag you down to their level, to make you feel bad about your progress so they don't have to confront the discomfort of their own stagnation. What they don't understand, what they fail to see, is that success is not a zero-sum game. There's enough room for everyone to succeed, for everyone to thrive. Just because you're winning doesn't mean there's less success for others. But the moment someone feels threatened by your success, they'll try to make it seem like your blessings are somehow unfair, like you didn't deserve them. They'll want you to feel guilty for what you've earned. They'll tell you that it must have been easy, or that you must have had some kind of special advantage, when in reality you worked hard for every step you took. You didn't get lucky. You didn't get special treatment. You worked for it, and you earned it. That's the truth, and it's important that you remember that when they start trying to flip the narrative. This is what jealousy looks like in its most pure form. They can't stand seeing you succeed, so they want to turn it into something that makes them feel better about themselves. They don't want to put in the work to get where you are, but they also can't stand seeing you shine. So, they'll try to make you feel like your success is somehow wrong or undeserved. They'll twist the situation and make it seem like you should apologize for it. But you don't owe anyone an apology for your hard-earned success. You put in the time, the effort, and the sacrifices. You've earned every single win, and you have every right to celebrate it. Don't let anyone, no matter how close they are to you, make you feel guilty for succeeding. In modern life, this happens more often than you'd think. Maybe it's a colleague at work, someone who's been passed over for a promotion while you've advanced. Maybe it's a friend who's struggling while you've built a successful business or a stable life. These people might not say anything overtly malicious, but the envy and jealousy will show through in subtle ways. They'll try to turn your success into something negative, something you should feel guilty for. They might downplay your achievements or make comments that make you feel like you've done something wrong by succeeding. But here's the thing. You have every right to succeed. You have every right to be proud of what you've accomplished. Take the example of a man who's worked for years to build his own business. He's put in long hours, sacrificed family time, and worked through personal struggles, all to get to the point where he's finally seeing success. Then, someone close to him, a friend or even a family member, throws out a comment like, "It must be nice to have it so easy." What's really happening here is not an honest critique, but jealousy in its rawest form. That person's life may not be where they want it to be, and instead of using your success as motivation to push themselves, they try to make you feel bad about where you are. They want you to feel guilty for succeeding, because it forces them to face their own lack of progress. But here's the truth. You deserve to succeed. You worked for it. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, what we do now echoes in eternity. Your actions, your hard work, your dedication, it all matters. You didn't take shortcuts. You didn't make excuses. You earned every success, and you have every right to stand tall and celebrate it. It's not your job to make someone else feel comfortable with your progress. They will either choose to learn from your success, or they will continue to let their jealousy hold them back. The important lesson here is simple. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for your achievements. Their jealousy is their burden, not yours. In fact, you might even feel compassion for them. They're stuck in a mindset where your success feels like a threat, rather than something to admire. But you can't let their feelings dictate your actions or dampen your spirit. Keep moving forward, keep pushing yourself, and keep celebrating your wins. Remember, as Seneca said, no man is free who is not master of himself. You are in control of your own success, and no one else has the right to take that away from you. So the next time someone tries to make you feel guilty for succeeding, remind yourself that their jealousy is about them, not you. Stand firm in your success, and continue to rise above the negativity. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. How many times have you let someone's negative comments or jealousy affect how you feel about your own progress? And how can you use those moments to reinforce your belief in yourself and your accomplishments? The reality is that your success is yours, and no one can take that from you unless you let them. So keep your head high, keep striving for greatness, and never apologize for working hard and earning your success. You've earned it, and it's time to own it. If you're still here, you've got the mindset of a true champion. Comment, "I stay focused," if you're committed to staying above the drama and keeping your peace. Keep going, the best is yet to come. How to recognize and overcome jealousy in your life. Jealousy. It's a powerful and often painful emotion, but here's the thing you need to remember. Jealousy isn't really about you. It's about the person feeling it. When someone is jealous of you, it's because they're struggling with something deep within themselves. They're dealing with their own insecurities, their lack of self-worth, their feelings of inadequacy, and their inability to find peace with who they are. When they see your success, your happiness, or your achievements, it acts as a mirror to the gap they perceive in their own lives. Instead of using your success as inspiration to improve themselves, they turn that envy inward, and it manifests as resentment. It's easier for them to tear you down in their minds than to look in the mirror and face their own shortcomings. But don't make the mistake of internalizing this jealousy as though it's a reflection of your own actions. It's not. Now, I need you to truly understand this. You have worked hard for everything you have. You've faced challenges, made sacrifices, and pushed through adversity to get where you are. You didn't get there by appeasing others, by dimming your light to make them feel comfortable. You earned every step, and no one can take that from you, not even the jealous ones. So when you spot jealousy, when you notice those subtle signs of envy, don't let it get under your skin. Don't let it knock you off your path. Don't allow their insecurity to distract you from your goals. You are on a mission, and no one's jealousy is worth derailing that. Protect your peace, protect your energy. You see, the real danger with jealousy is that it can turn you cold. It can make you distrustful. It can make you resentful, and that's exactly what you don't need. Remember, the people who are jealous of you are hurting. They're in pain, struggling with their own demons. But just because they're in pain doesn't mean you need to take on that pain. It's not your job to fix them, to soothe their insecurities. That's their responsibility. You don't have to carry their baggage. Instead, focus on what you've built, what you're continuing to build. Don't let jealousy twist your perception of yourself. And don't let it turn you against those who truly support you. Trust your circle, trust your inner compass, and stay grounded in your purpose. Now, as you move through life, you're going to encounter these jealous individuals. You'll feel their presence. Maybe it's in the subtle digs they throw your way or the passive-aggressive comments they make. It's important to remember that these people are trying to create a narrative where your success somehow diminishes their value. But don't let them win. You are not here to shrink for anyone. You are not here to play small just to make others feel more comfortable in their own inadequacy. You are here to shine. You are here to be bold, to take risks, to reach your full potential. And if others can't support that, it's a reflection of where they are, not where you are. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of fixing someone, especially when you see someone struggling with jealousy. You might feel compassion for them, and you might even want to help them rise above their insecurities. But here's the truth. It's not your responsibility. You can't change someone else's life, and you shouldn't waste your energy trying to change their mindset. You can lead by example, you can show them the way through your actions, but you cannot force anyone to heal. That's something they have to want for themselves. This brings me to a very important point. When you face jealousy, do not engage in a battle for approval. You will never win that battle. No matter how much you try to prove yourself, you will never get their validation. And seeking their validation will only divert you from your mission. Instead, stay focused. Keep your eyes on your goals, your dreams, your vision. Your purpose is bigger than their petty insecurities. Don't waste time trying to convince them of your worth. You don't owe them that. It's also essential to recognize that just because someone is jealous, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. They're human, just like you, and they have their own struggles, their own wounds. Deep down, their jealousy might stem from a desire for what you have, your peace, your success, your happiness. They want that, but they haven't figured out how to get it for themselves. They want to feel secure, content, and validated, but they're looking outside of themselves to find it, and that's where the trouble begins. You can't offer them that peace because it doesn't come from others, it comes from within. You've worked hard to build your life, to create your success, and no one can diminish that, not even those who envy you. Your journey is yours and yours alone. You've earned your place and you have the right to stand tall to be proud of what you've achieved. If others can't celebrate your success, if they can't cheer you on, that's their issue, not yours. You are not responsible for their happiness and you shouldn't feel guilty for living your life to its fullest. However, this is where things can get tricky. Jealousy can be toxic, and it can deeply affect your relationships. When someone is jealous, they might try to manipulate you, pretend to be your friend, all while secretly hoping to tear you down. They'll act like they support you, but their actions say otherwise. They'll try to drag you into their drama, their negativity, and if you're not careful, they'll bring you down with them. This is why you must guard your heart and protect your space. You can't just let anyone into your life. Not everyone who smiles at you genuinely has your best interest at heart. Some people are just waiting for you to slip, waiting for the moment when they can say, "See, I knew you couldn't do it." But you can't let that happen. You can't let their jealousy cloud your judgment. You can't let it shake your confidence or stop you from moving forward. So, what do? You stay focused. You keep your eyes on the prize. You keep grinding, even when people are hating from the sidelines. You don't need their approval, you don't need their validation, you don't need them to cheer for you. Your success is not for them, it's for you. It's for your family. It's for your legacy. And no matter how loud their jealousy gets, you won't let it stop you from reaching your full potential. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Don't let the jealousy of others steal your peace. Let your thoughts remain positive, focused, and driven by purpose. Keep moving forward, because your journey is yours to define. Don't let anyone, no matter how jealous, get in your way. Stay true to your path, and keep striving for greatness. Jealousy, as you'll come to realize, isn't always going to come from strangers or acquaintances. Sometimes it will come from those you hold closest, your family, your friends, co-workers, people you trust and rely on. And here's the painful truth. It's often hardest when jealousy comes from those you care about because it feels like a betrayal. You've probably been there. Someone you've supported, someone you've loved, suddenly starts acting distant or negative. It stings, doesn't it? But this is where the real work begins. You've got to learn to protect your peace. You've got to keep your heart right, your mind focused, and your spirit unshaken. No matter how close they are to you, their jealousy is not your burden to bear. It's not about you. It's about their inability to find peace within themselves. If they're feeling envious, that's their internal struggle, not yours. They're the ones who need to sort it out, not you. Now let's take a moment to understand this. Just because someone is jealous doesn't make them a bad person. Jealousy is a natural human emotion, one that we all experience from time to time. It's an emotion that arises when we see someone else achieving what we want or having what we desire. It's a feeling we can all relate to, even if we don't like admitting it. The real question, though, is how do we handle it when it arises in ourselves and when we witness it in others? Do we let it fester, turning into bitterness or resentment? Or do we take it as a sign to push ourselves harder, to rise above it, and to fuel our own growth? It's this distinction that separates the people who stay stagnant in life from those who keep moving forward. When jealousy rears its ugly head, you have to be prepared to recognize it and act accordingly. Jealousy doesn't always show up as an overt attack. It often takes subtler forms. Someone constantly throwing shade your way, trying to diminish your wins, or making sarcastic comments about your success. That's jealousy. When someone can't seem to celebrate your achievements, when they talk behind your back or try to compete with you unnecessarily, that's jealousy. And perhaps most telling, when they belittle your accomplishments or make you feel guilty for succeeding, That's the clearest sign. These are the red flags. But once you spot them, once you see that jealousy is at play, don't engage. You don't have to entertain it. You don't have to fight it. You simply keep doing you. Keep working. Keep pushing forward. Keep elevating yourself. Because at the end of the day, your success is yours. It's a reflection of your hard work, your commitment, your sacrifices. No one can take that away from you. Not their jealousy, not their negativity, not their bitterness. You've earned everything you've achieved, and you don't owe anyone an apology for it. One of the most important things you can do in the face of jealousy is to refuse to shrink or dim your light to make others feel comfortable. Your journey is yours to walk, and no one's envy should stop you from continuing on that path. Stay focused on your own growth. Stay committed to your purpose, and keep moving forward. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In other words, it's not the jealousy or negativity of others that defines your life. It's how you choose to respond. Do not let jealousy derail you. Do not let it distract you from your purpose or shake your confidence. You have so much more to give, so much greatness ahead of you, and there is no room in your life for jealousy to take root. You have too many big things to accomplish, too many lives to impact, and too much potential to waste. So, keep grinding, keep winning, keep showing up for yourself every single day. Don't let anyone's envy distract you from your journey. When you feel jealousy creeping up around you, when you hear the whispers behind your back, remember this: it's not about you. It's a reflection of their own struggles, their own frustrations, and their inability to find satisfaction in their own lives. You cannot carry their burdens, you can't fix their pain. What you can do is keep your head up, keep your eyes forward, and keep moving like the champion you are. The best revenge isn't about getting back at those who wish ill on you. It's about living your life so well, so authentically, that they can't even touch you. This principle holds true in every aspect of life. When you stay true to yourself, when you focus on your own growth and your own path, the jealousy of others will become irrelevant. It's noise. It's a distraction. You are the author of your story, and no one's envy should have the power to write your chapters for you. Live in such a way that if someone spoke badly of you, no one would believe it. That's the goal. Live your life with integrity, with purpose, and with courage. Keep doing your work, and let your success speak for itself. Because when you stay focused on your purpose, when you commit to your personal growth, there's nothing anyone can do to stop you. Keep pushing, keep climbing, and never let the jealousy of others derail your journey. The world needs what you have to offer, and no one's negativity can take that from you. Keep moving because you're untouchable. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and for being with me on this journey. Your support and attention mean the world to me, and they fuel my drive to continue sharing lessons, insights from Stoic philosophy, and life experiences. I truly hope that what I share helps you find clarity, inner peace, and strength as you navigate your own path. Once again, thank you for your trust and for being part of this community. Keep believing in yourself, stay focused, and keep moving forward with determination.